In this lecture, I would like to discuss about the application of EMF measurements. In previous lecture, we has been discuss the classification of the galvanic cell and how to construct a cell and how to determine the EMF of a cell. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss now the application of EMF measurements. So the very important application of EMF measurement is the determination of pH. So with the help of the EMF measurements, we can determine the pH of the solution. So ultimately, we can calculate the pH of the solution by measuring the EMF of a cell. So what is pH? pH, it is the minus log to the base 10 activity of the hydrogen ions. pH, it is the pH, it is equal to minus log to the base 10 activity of the hydrogen ions. So you can see this derivation here. pH is equal to minus log to the base 10 activity of the hydrogen ions. Generally, for the determination of the pH, any electrode reversible to the hydrogen ion can be used up. Means that electrode should have the hydrogen ions as an electrolyte. The most frequently used electrodes in pH determinations are quinhydron electrode and glass electrode. So with the help of these electrodes, we can set up a cell by combining these electrodes with suitable reference electrode, such as a saturated calomel electrode. And with the help of potentiometer, we can measure the EMF of a cell. So to measure the EMF of the cell, we have to take either quinhydron electrode or glass electrode. And other electrode, it is a saturated calomel electrode. Saturated calomel electrode, it is a reference electrode. Saturated calomel electrode, it is a reference electrode where reference electrode, it is having the known potential. So with the help of quinhydron electrode, we can determine the pH of the solution. So what is a quinhydron electrode? So let us discuss now the quinhydron electrode. This electrode was introduced by Billman in 1921. So quinhydron electrode is a sparingly soluble redox organic system in non-ionized form. In this electrode, the material which is required, it is a redox organic system. The material which is required, it is a redox organic system. That is quinhydron, redox organic system, and that material, it is a quinhydron. So we have to use the quinhydron powder to construct this quinhydron electrode. Quinhydron powder, which is a blackish colored powder, and we require a very few quantity or less quantity of this quinhydron powder to construct a cell. So quinhydron contains equimolar amount of quinone and hydroquinone. It is a mixture of quinone and hydroquinone. Quinone and hydroquinone, equimolar. It means both are having the same activity. And these two substances form a reversible oxidation reduction system. So let us construct a quinhydron electrode. Suppose if we want to prepare or if we want to construct the quinhydron electrode, it is very easy. In a beaker, we have to take first the hydrogen ion solution, where we have to determine the pH of that solution. Hydrogen ion solution. It may be HCl solution, H2SO4 solution. It may be alkali solution. So we can measure the pH of that solution. So hydrogen ion solution. It is hydrogen ion solution. And in this solution, we have to dip the platinum electrode. The use of the platinum to conduct the electricity, to carry the electrons or to carry the current. And in this beaker, we have to add a pinch of quinhydron powder. Pinch of quinhydron means very small quantity. Pinch of quinhydron powder. Then once we adding the quinhydron powder, the solution becomes saturated, because quinhydron, it is a sparingly soluble redox organic system, and which contain equimolar amount of quinone and hydroquinone. So this electrode can be represented in this way. You can see here the representation of the electrode: platinum, then hydroquinone, quinone in contact with the hydrogen ion solution. So this electrode, it is belongs to the type redox electrode. Redox electrode, where it contain equimolar amount of quinone and hydroquinone. So diagrammatically, we can represent the electrode in this way, and it is very easy to construct. Now let us see the reaction of this electrode. Once we write the electrode here, for a single electrode, we have to write the reduction reaction. It will be in this way. Quinone, this is C6H4O2. C6H4O2. This is quinone. Reacts with two hydrogen ions of the solution combined with two electrons, formation of this hydroquinone. It is C6H6O2. So it means that quinone is converted to hydroquinone here. So hydroquinone, it is the product, and quinone, it is the reactant here. So thus this organic system contain equimolar amount of quinone and hydroquinone. Means this system is having quinone as well as hydroquinone. So in the representation of the electrode, we have to write both hydroquinone and quinone in contact with the hydrogen ion solution. So this is the reaction belongs to this electrode. This is the reaction belongs to this electrode. So this is a quinhydron electrode. The electrode is represented in this way. This is a quinhydron electrode. Now let us apply the Nernst equation to the cell reaction. To the electrode reaction, we have to write the Nernst equation here. So the potential of the electrode is obtained by Nernst equation. So we know the Nernst equation very well. Nernst equation becomes equal to the electrode potential of the electrode, any electrode. The Nernst equation can be written: electrode potential of any electrode, EL, it is equal to standard potential of the electrode minus 0.0592 divided by n log of QA, where QA, it is reaction quotient. That is QA, it is equal to activity of the product. Activity of the product divided by activity of the reactant. that is reaction quotient. So in place of QA, we can write this activity of the product divided by activity of the reactant. So let us apply the Nernst equation to the cell reaction. Previously, we have written the cell reaction, that is quinone reacts with two hydrogen ions combined with two electrons, and it will give us hydroquinone. So let us apply the Nernst equation to this. So electrode potential of the quinhydron electrode, it is equal to standard potential of the quinhydron electrode minus 0.059 to n equal to 2 here, as 2 electrons are required for the reduction reaction. So it is 0.0592 divided by 2 log to the base 10 activity of the product divided by activity of the reactant. Activity of the product divided by activity of the reactant. So see here, activity of the hydroquinone, that is the product, divided by activity of the quinone multiplied by activity of the hydrogen ion square. Now this equation can be written as standard potential of the quinhydron electrode minus 0.0592. We can separate the term now. So activity of the quinone and this can be separated here. Log to the base 10 activity of the hydroquinone divided by activity of the quinone. Now taking this denominator to the numerator, so sign will be changes here. So positive sign 0.0592 divided by 2 log to the base 10 activity of the hydrogen ion square. This goes to the numerator here, and we separate the term here. This term, it is separated from this term, and taking this at the numerator. So we can write this equation now. Since quinone and hydroquinone are in equimolar amounts, they are present in equimolar amounts, that is activity of the quinone, it is equal to activity of the hydroquinone. So let us see, activity of the quinone, it is equal to activity of the hydroquinone. So it is log 1. So it is 0. So this term get cancelled here. Okay. So electrode potential of the quinhydron electrode, it is equal to standard potential of the quinhydron electrode. Now this plus. Now this 2 is also get cancelled here, because we can write here 0.0592 divided by 2 multiplied by 2 log to the base 10 activity of the hydrogen ions. This 2 should be taken here, this 2. So 2 get cancelled. So you can see the derivation for the quinhydron electrode, it is equal to standard potential of the quinhydron electrode plus 0.0592 log to the base 10 activity of the hydrogen ion. So this is the derivation of the quinhydron electrode. The standard potential of the quinhydron electrode is this value 0.6994 volt. So quinhydron electrode, it is equal to 0.6994 by putting this value plus 0.0592 log to the base 10 activity of the hydrogen ion. So this is the derivation for quinhydron electrode. Okay, this is the derivation for quinhydron electrode. So using this equation now, we can determine the pH of the solution. First of all, we have to construct the cell where one of the electrode, it is a quinhydron electrode. One of the electrode, it is a quinhydron electrode. So the potential of the quinhydron electrode changes with the activity of the hydrogen ions. Because in the derivation, we know that the potential of the quinhydron electrode, it is changes with the activity of the hydrogen ions. Previously, we derived the derivation for the quinhydron electrode, that is electrode potential of the quinhydron electrode, it is equal to standard potential of the quinhydron electrode. That value, it is given 0.6994 plus 0.0592 log to the base 10 activity of the hydrogen ions. So electrode potential of the quin hydrogen electrode, it is depends upon the concentration of the hydrogen ions or activity of the hydrogen ions. So as the activity of the hydrogen ions will be changes, the electrode potential of the quin hydrogen electrode is also changes. Now for the determination of the pH, using quin hydrogen electrode, we have to construct a suitable cell. In that cell, one of the electrode, it is a quin hydrogen electrode, and other electrode, it is a calomel electrode. So you can see here, saturated calomel electrode, it is on to the left hand side, and this quin hydrogen electrode, it is on to the right hand side. Solution saturated with quin hydrogen. So this is the quin hydrogen electrode. Or this cell can also be represented in this way. Saturated calomel electrode, salt bridge, hydrogen ion solution, then hydroquinone, quinone, and platinum, having positive polarity, having negative polarity. So in this way also we can construct a cell. Here calomel electrode, it is a reference electrode, it is having the known potential. It is having the known potential here. The potential of this electrode is known to us. That value becomes equal to 0.242 volt, because calomel electrode, it is a reference electrode. Now let us see how to determine the pH of the solution using quin hydrogen electrode. That is our main aim. That is our main aim, to determine the pH of the solution. Let us see. So for this cell, we can write the derivation now. EMF of the cell, it is equal to electrode potential of the right hand side electrode minus electrode potential of the left hand side electrode. So right hand side, it is quin hydrogen electrode. So EMF of the cell, it is equal to electrode potential of the quin hydrogen electrode minus electrode potential of the calomel electrode, ER minus EL. Now the potential of the calomel electrode, it is given here, 0.242 volt. The derivation for the quin hydrogen electrode, it has been derived by us previously. Okay. Quin hydrogen electrode potential becomes equal to this, 0.6994 plus 0.0592 log to the Western activity of the hydrogen ions. So we can substitute this value, electrode potential of the quin hydrogen electrode minus this potential now. So by doing the calculation, we are getting this value here, and it remains as it, 0.0592 log to the Western activity of the hydrogen ion. EMF of the cell becomes equal to. Now we know that pH, it is equal to, since pH, it is equal to minus log to the Western activity of the hydrogen ions. So we can change this. We write here minus 0.0592 in bracket minus log to the Western activity of the hydrogen ions. So this term, it is nothing but pH. You can see here, according to the definition of the pH. So therefore this equation can be written in this way, 0.4574 minus 0.0592 into pH. So in this way we introduce here the pH term. So EMF of the cell becomes equal to 0.4574 minus 0.0592 into pH. Okay. So therefore pH, it is equal to 0.4574. pH, it is equal to 0.4574 minus EMF of the cell divided by this 0.0592. You can see here pH, it is equal to, okay, so this will goes to this side, means it is positive, and this becomes minus EMF of the cell. So we are getting this equation here, pH equal to 0.4574 minus EMF of the cell divided by this. So in this way, by measuring the EMF of the cell, we can calculate the pH of the solution using quin hydrogen electrode by measuring the EMF of the cell. Thus, by measuring the EMF of the cell constructed as above, or once again I would like to construct the cell here. I would like to construct the cell where saturated calomel electrode, it is onto the left side, and quinhydron electrode, it is onto the right side here. Hydrogen ion, quinone, hydroquinone. This is a redox electrode. Positive polarity, negative polarity. So using this equation, the pH of this solution can be determined. pH equal to. Okay. Now it is the acidic medium. Suppose that alkaline medium is given in place of hydrogen ion. OH minus ion is given here. Then the polarity of the cell is reversed. So this electrode, it is now onto the left hand side. So cell can be constructed in this way. Platinum in contact with hydroquinone, quinone, and hydroxyl ion solution. Saturated calomel electrode. Now it is onto the right hand side because medium will be changed here, alkaline medium. So we can write the cell in this way also. And the above derivation can be changes to this pH equal to, because this now onto the left hand side. So here EMF of the cell, it is equal to right minus left. So now electrode potential of the calomel electrode minus this electrode potential of the quinhydron electrode. So by putting this value, we will get this final equation here, pH equal to EMF of the cell plus 0.4574 divided by 0.0592. But this equation can be used in alkaline medium. If the medium is alkaline, then pH can be determined using this equation where we can measure the EMF of the cell using potentiometer. And this is in the acidic medium. When the solution contain hydrogen ions, then we can use this equation, pH equal to. So in this way, using the quinhydron electrode, we can determine the pH of the solution. And it is very easy to construct the quinhydron electrode. It is very easy to construct the quinhydron electrode. Okay. Very easy it becomes to construct the quinhydron electrode. So in this way, by measuring the EMF of the cell, we can determine the pH of the solution. This is very important application of EMF measurement. Quinhydron electrode, it is a redox organic system which contain equimolar amount of quinone and hydroquinone. It is having equimolar amount of quinone and hydroquinone. Therefore, this electrode can be used to determine the pH of the solution. And along with this electrode, we have to take the other electrode as a reference electrode, because reference electrode has a known potential. For example, calomel electrode, it is having the known potential. So thus, along this topic related to the syllabus of the SYBSc electrochemistry, we have completed here the topic which has been given in the syllabus belongs to the electrochemistry. So this is about the determination of the pH using quinhydron electrode.